guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Jolly Joy and I'm so excited that you joined me. Please subscribe, like and share. That really supports me and helps me to be able to create more content. So please do remember to subscribe and to like also. So it's been 3 months since I moved to Japan, and yes, I absolutely love it. And in this video I want to share with you how has that experience been. So I'd like to say every experience is different for everyone. So this is just me sharing from my own experience how it has been moving to Japan. So since moving to Japan, the first thing when I go to Japan is quarantine. So I had to quarantine for 7 days, and I always say I am so grateful for those 7 days because they really saved my life. Japan is very far, and just getting here I was so jet lagged. And the fact that, you know, Japan is also 6 hours ahead of Kenya, where I was coming from, I really needed that 7 days quarantine for resting. So it really helped me. So I quarantined in a hotel. Then I had to move to my apartment. So the first thing that I needed to do is go to City Hall, do a registration. You need a residency certificate. I needed to get a health card from City Hall as well, and to also register an address. Of course, getting my residency card as well, and applying for a bank account, a SIM card, and yeah, just those nitty-gritties were very important. Then after my quarantine, I had to come to my apartment. So, and I came to my empty apartment. Yes, so I wish I did an empty apartment tour, but you know, things happened so fast. But thank God, because my boss really helped me get this apartment, which is really close to my school. Because, excuse me, it's like a 5 minutes to my school. But I have 2 classes. So there's a class that is like 20 minutes. 20 minutes from here. So, but those are my 2 schools. So, but I came into an empty apartment and I was like, wow. Yeah, it's empty. And I was looking around and I was like, wow, when will this ever look like a house? But guys, let me tell you something about foreigners supporting each other. Everything that I have in this house, I was given, some by my boss, my colleagues, my church friends, and other teachers. They're like, hey, I have something. You know, because when you come here, this is a very important tip. Look for groups. So there are those groups on Facebook about foreign teachers working in this region, like in GIF region. I got many teachers, and I even have groups. They have groups where they even really plan for trips and hangouts. So those are the groups where I got some of these things, and of course my church. So now that was the second thing, moving into an empty apartment, you know, and being able to just have it, you know, furnish it. I was actually literally sleeping down. I couldn't believe I came from Kenya sleeping in a comfortable bed and I had to sleep on the floor. But of course they have tatami floor. And you know, traditionally Japanese used to sleep on tatami on the floor. They really didn't have a bed. Actually, most people don't have beds. But it's really been comfortable and I got used to it. Now, so that was it about the apartment. So in the future, I hope I can do an apartment tour so that you can see how Japanese apartments look like. Now, the other thing that I had to do is that's finding an apartment. Okay, now I also found a church. I was really happy. I just went on Google Maps and I googled for churches near me, and I found a church. So also a friend of mine also recommended the same church. So the church that I found on Google Maps that's near me was also a church recommended by a friend who's the friends with the pastor. So I was like, okay, God wants me to go here. Finding a church was really important for me because I'm a Christian and I really need that church community. And my church, New Life Church, has been such a blessing to me. The pastors, the people, they're just very supportive. They kept asking me, oh, do you have this? Do you have this? Oh, I have this. So I got a lot of things for my house from people from church. So honestly, they were such a blessing. God bless them. And the other thing was about learning Japanese. Yes. Now here you are. You've come from a country where you have neighbors. They speak the same language. Here you come and everybody speaks a different language. How do you survive? thank God for Google, because there's Google Translate and there's Google there's Picture Translate too. So that's really been helpful, because the first few days I went to a supermarket. I walked into a supermarket and I know what I want. I want to buy food, but I don't know where everything is, because everything is in Japanese, the packages and all that. And I was like, wow, until I came, someone told me, oh, use Google Picture Translate. And I was like, yes. So I started learning on Duolingo, Japanese on Duolingo, because I think it's really important to know the language, even basics. You don't have to go deep into, because Japanese has hiragana, katakana, and it's an interesting language to learn. Not as easy, but you can learn. So I tried learning the language. Well, at least now I can say hello. Konnichiwa, watashi wa Joyce. Yes, that's hello. My name is Joyce. Yeah, so that's arigato gozaimasu. So that's thank you very much. Yes, I'm still learning. So, but it's a beautiful language. And the interesting thing is, I find some of the words they have some words that are also words in Swahili, although the meanings are different. The meanings are very different. Yeah, I don't want to mention some of them, but the meanings are different. So so I also sometimes feel like it sounds like Swahili. Yeah, so that was it. I'm still learning Japanese. I use Duolingo. And also the good thing is, in Japan, if you go to your city hall, the city hall next that is in your city, like now where I live in Toki City, there's a city hall in Toki. Sometimes they have those programs where they teach people Japanese culture and all these things in Japanese. So basically, knowing about Japan culture and how do you do things, how do you find your way around. So there are those important things that you need to know. So, and the other thing was a train. Because mostly here, you find like if you want to travel, trains are very convenient. Trains are very, very convenient. So, I remember when I started using the trains, I was so confused. And I remember this time, the teachers in this city, they had organized, they had an event, and I saw an invite and I said, oh, this is really good to go. Let me go meet other teachers, and also let me go and see outside my city, because it's in a city called Nagoya. So, and I went nicely, and it was my first time actually traveling away, farther, like to another city. So I went, and going was okay. And then on my way back, I told the teacher, actually I went with one of the teachers. Then on my way coming back, I left early because I didn't want to get late, because I'm still new. I told one of the teachers to show me how to come. And, he helped me get into the train and told me, okay, this is where you drop off, and then you take the subway. So there's a subway, and then you connect to the train that goes to my city now. So I got into that train and I checked the time. I said, okay, it's gonna be 46 minutes. So what happened is the train actually got to my city, got to actually the last stop, and then it came back, and I was just seated there in the train. I was waiting to get, because they keep announcing that this is the next stop, but it's in Japanese, so I did hear. And I was like, at some point I was like, wait, I've been in this train for like an hour. I must be lost. So I was so confused, and I just asked someone who sat next to me. I just said, Toki City? And he told me, oh, no, we are in Nagoya. So actually I was like, oh my gosh, I'm back to the place where actually I boarded the train. So I had learned the hard way. So I had to check Google. The good thing is Google Maps is very good. It just shows you this is the place you are like. So if you check Google and you just keep checking the place where you're supposed to, if you actually log into the place where you want to stop, it will tell you, you are getting off in the next stop. So anyway, but the trains are convenient, but I was so confused in the beginning, but now I'm okay. Now I can go anywhere. Yeah, so those are some of the experiences that I've had here in Japan. And the food is amazing. The food is really amazing. I love Japanese food. I love fish, and the fish is a lot here. I love sushi. Basically, Japanese food is amazing. Yeah, you would definitely love it. Well, I personally love it. Okay, let's see what else. So now something else. Okay, about my orientation went well. I thank God, because I teach adults, high school students, and elementary students. The orientation was good. The students bonded well with me. That was my challenge. I was like, okay, how do I teach? They speak Japanese, I don't speak. I only speak English. The first times you could see the students are like, struggling to understand you, but the moment they bond well with you, it gets better. It gets better with time. So, and then the other interesting thing about Japan is very clean. It's a clean country. So, for example, when it comes to garbage, so garbage has to be separated. There's a burnable garbage, the garbage that would be burned. There'll be the garbage that's recycled. Yeah, there's recycled garbage, so you have to put it separately, and it has its different day. And there's also the PET bottles. So the PET bottles would actually, I take them to the, I clean them nicely. Yeah, you don't just take it the way it is. Clean it nicely, dry them. Yeah, basically clean them and put them in a different bag. And then there's a supermarket. So like next to me, there's a supermarket called Valo. So that's where I go, and you find the place where you're supposed to put them. So you put them there. So I just like how that they really they're very clean and even organized in terms of garbage. So that has been also a learning lesson, honestly, an important lesson for me, because this was a whole new thing for me. But yeah, I think it's amazing and it's very good. I like the fact that they recycle some of these things. Yeah, I think that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so this basically was my experience living in Japan for the 3 months. Japanese people are amazing. Honestly, I have not encountered any, people who are looking at you in a funny way. Everyone has been so kind and so good to me. So I'm really excited about being in Japan. Okay, so that's it for me. That's my 3 months in Japan, guys. And yes, let's meet again next week in our next video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Subscribe and support this channel. And I will see you next week. Okay, bye for now.